Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the takeaway is a vibe check for difficult and disrespectful women. It's also really great to use in business and negotiation. So the idea behind the takeaway is if when you suspect somebody is wasting your time or they're really not that into you, you're trying to make it easy for them to flake out and disappear from your life forever, or to follow through on their plans and their commitments to you. And if somebody's jerking you around, whether they're doing it on purpose or maybe you did something that communicated it was okay to waste your time or to jerk you around, the takeaway is the gut check and the vibe check that makes them be respectful and appreciate your time and not jerk you around and submit to what it is that you want. And so this particular email is a real short one, but it's a success story of a guy, how he went out, had a date, and she seemed to be very enthusiastic prior to setting up the date. She responded to his messages right away, but after the date, she starts waiting 24 hours to reply, sometimes 2 days to reply. And obviously he's being a good student, and he's like, this is bullshit. I don't like the way this girl is treating me. So he asks her out on a date, and she doesn't reply for 2 days and go, yeah, let's do it. Just a real short response. And then so he sends a response back doing the takeaway, basically saying that the vibe is off. And I love how this guy worded it. It's such a beautifully smooth way to do things. He's not mad. He's not butthurt. He's just matter of fact. And the way he says it and the way he communicates it shows that he values his time, and also he recognizes that she's not valuing it and not appreciating it. And so therefore, he's going to pass with any future interactions with her. Even though he asked her out, she responds 2 days later that she's down to go out again. And then he does the takeaway because she waited 2 days, which is rude. And so women will treat you however you teach them to. So this is super important in the beginning, that when you're seeing this kind of behavior, that you just knock it off. And you could use the same thing, like if you're negotiating, say you're in the process of talking to other employers about taking a new job, and you got 2 or 3 other employers that are vying for your time. And if you got one that you really want to work for, but they're kind of taking you for granted, it's like the takeaway, or just letting them know that you got other companies that are making you employment offers and you'd like whatever their best offer is going to be, you'd like to have it so you can sit down with your wife, your girlfriend, or your family and decide what's best for you guys. So he says, hey, Coach, I want to thank you for instilling the mindset in me that I am a high-value man whose time is valuable. I took this girl out to ice cream, had good conversation and chemistry, and ended up at my place kissing and fooling around a little on the first date. So far, so good. Afterwards, she didn't reach out after the date, so I called her 3 days later and left a message asking when she's free. She waited a day and said, I'm free some days after work. So she didn't really give him specifics. She gives him a vague kind of answer. And this is one of the ways that women kind of jerk guys around. It just shows for whatever reason, she's not as into this guy as he would like her to be. But maybe she's playing hard to get. Maybe she's taking him for granted. Maybe there's another guy that's a little further along and is dating and courtship with her. And so she's just not valuing you as much. Now, a high-value man is not going to sit around and just put up with this crap because there's lots of other people that would rather spend time with him. So he says, I said, how about Sunday? To this, she waited nearly 2 whole days, which is extremely rude. You should always respond within 24 hours, and said, yeah, sounds great. Whereas before the first date, she would reply instantly and enthusiastically. So this is where he sends the takeaway. This is so beautiful the way he words this. He says, so I texted her and said, hey, I'd really like to see you again, but I like spending my time with people who are excited to see me. And I'm not getting that vibe. Take care. And he puts a little smiley face. which is like the colon and then the half circle, like the parentheses thing. Because when you say take care to somebody, that means have a nice life. And women definitely know what take care means. And so that's what he told her. He just said, hey, I'm not getting that vibe that you're excited to see me. Take care. But he lets her know, he says, hey, I'd really like to see you again, but I like spending my time with people who are excited to see me, and I'm not getting that vibe. So that's the perfect, I mean, she waited 2 whole days. When he first started talking to her, she replied instantly, and now she waits 2 days. It shows she's like, eh. So why would you be like, oh, I can't wait to spend time with this girl? It's like, eh. So notice what, so this is so beautiful. So this is like the gut check. This is like shit or get off the pot. You know, give me a good reason to want to spend more of my time with you, or hey, you can flake out and disappear from my life forever and I don't care. He says take care, which is have a nice life. He communicates he really would like to see her. In other words, he says, I have enthusiasm to see you, but you don't seem to be having much enthusiasm for me, and yeah, I'm just not excited. I'm not down with that. It's like, eh. She then sent a paragraph apologizing and said she really did want to see me, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. So she goes from giving a 3-word response to writing a whole paragraph. This is why it's so powerful. So if she's jerking her around or thinks she can get away with it, maybe she's just really beautiful and has lots of dudes after her. And you're the only guy that would ever say anything like this to her. So you instantly go from the bottom of the totem pole to the top of the totem pole. You go from the back of the line to walking right through the velvet ropes. So he says, we had a great second date, and then she asked me out for a third date, which ended up with me spending the night at her dorm room. You're naughty. I'm going to tell your mom. She was really amazing. She was a really amazing and pretty girl. And I guarantee if I hadn't stood up to her, I wouldn't have gotten the second date. You're right about that, bro. Thanks so much for all you do. See, it's just something simple like that. He wasn't a dick about it. He was just very matter of fact. Hey, I really like spending time with people who are excited to see me, and I'm not getting that vibe. Take care. Have a nice life. It's so short, sweet, to the point, just like James Bond. You're either in or you're out. You're either excited to see me or you're not. Love it. Good job, dude. Thanks for sharing. It's a great short email. This is the type of thing, not only you use in your personal life, anytime somebody is wasting your time or jerking you around, or maybe you're in a business negotiation and the guy is taking longer to get back to you, and you got multiple people, multiple deals potentially that you're negotiating with, and you say something like that to them, it's like, hey, it just, it seems we're kind of far apart. I really want to do a deal with somebody that's really excited to go into business with me or to do business with me, and I'm just not getting that vibe. So take care. Good luck in your negotiations. Take care. Good luck in your search for a future employee or whatever, if you were interviewing for a job, whatever it happens to be. It's amazing how well it works, not only with women that you're dating, but in business and negotiations, especially sales. If someone's being an ass, that you just do the takeaway, and then you'll really see how much they really wanted the deal. And that often is the difference between somebody that's just like, to all of a sudden, whoa, it completely changes their perception of you, because quite frankly, most people are not willing to do this. They're too scared to do it, and they don't have the self-esteem to pull it off. But thanks for sharing, dude. Good email. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.